As a part of the stock identification topic, now we're going to start our first topic in this area, which is the stock identification for the single material. The topics we'll be covering, they are the overview of the stock single material application, table 2 T200A entries for the stock types, result list and filtering options, and also we'll talk about the application settings. So let us understand first what this application is all about. Now there is an application with the name of stock single material that you can find in the Fury Launchpad. So with this app F1076, that's the app number. So every app has an app number. You can search for this on the website, on the Fury website. You can search for it by the app number, or you can search by the description, which is the stock single material. So with this app you can get an overview of your material stock. This app provides a filter bar with a wide variety of possible filter values. You can review your stock by the plants and store locations for which you are responsible. The app can display the stock information as a table or also as a diagram. You can display the stock history for each plant or storage location for the last 11 calendar months. What that means is, so you not only you can see the stock available as of today, but you can put any past date within the last 11 months and see the stock on a specific day. So we'll talk about it in a minute. And also you can personalize of stock types and display of the safety stock. When you run this application, it will look like this. That's the output that I'm going to show in a minute. And you can also see the detailed graphical view of the stock available. So let's have a look. So here, if I search for application, so just say application name is, I'll just type stock for now. You can type the full name stock single material, but I'll just type stock. It will show me all the app with the description as stock. So this application, if I click on it, it's single material. Here you need to enter the material number. So here if I enter my material code shaft 123, enter. So here first you can see the top part of this one, which is basically look like a header part, where you can see the material code, material description, material type, which is finished product, and also the base unit of measure. And at the bottom of the screen you can see the stock at different plant and store location. For example, this code exists in two plants. So one plant is ZIKO, other plant is ZZMM. So it's showing up the stock available in both plants. So if your material is available in more than two plants, you will see the list of all the plants here. Now if you click the first line, you can see which is for plant level, and the next line underneath is for the storage location level stock. So sometimes we can, if you want to see the specific stock at a specific storage location within a plant, which is, then you can click on it and see the detail here. Now for our material, there's only one storage location maintained for each plant. So here I'll go through all the different options here. So first you can see this little icon. If I click on this one for expanding the group, and this one is for collapse. If I click on collapse, you can see this will collapse it. So you might want to keep it collapse. For example, if the material exists in maybe 5 or 10 different plants, then you might want to see the collapsed view by default, or you want to change it, and then you can open the view that you want to open. Or else you can click on this little icon to expand everything that you can see in this screen. Then, as I said before, reporting date. So here by default system will pick today's date as reporting date, or you can click on this little icon and select a different date and press enter. System will be showing you the plant, the stock available on that specific day. So here you can see for now stock is 1496, and there is no stock, 00 stock for blocked stock, quality inspection stock. But if I change it to something else, say today's date, you will see system will update the screen, and now you can see a different screen stock here. So 1998, and now also the block stock is 1050, quality inspection is 100. It's like that. Then you can, here this is a search option, you can search by any text, for example plant text or location text, whatever text you want. And this little icon is for sorting. You can put the cursor on any block, any field, and you can click on sort button. This is the setting button. If I click on this setting button, you can see the stock, different types of stock you can see, for example unrestricted, block, quality inspection. So here a user can select the type of stock they want to see or they don't want to see. For example, if I don't want to see return stock, for example, and also I don't want to see transfer stock at store location, I also don't want to see the valued goods shipped blocked stock, for example, then I can uncheck those boxes and I can click on OK. Also this show in stock history, that a little graph behind the screen here, you can see a little graph. So what type of stock you want to see in this little graph, that will be, you can customize from here. For example, I don't want to see restricted use, I just want to see unrestricted, blocked and quality inspection. So whatever your setting is, you can select OK, and system will then refresh the screen and show you those specific stock as per the user specific setting. Then I got this little screen here, this little icon here, which is for if you want to see in a graphical view. If I click on it, here it will show you the graphical view for the stock. For example, here for ZIQ there is no stock available, that's fine. For this plant ZZMM, we got say some stock. Green one, you can see this one, green one is for quality inspection, this orange one is for block stock, and the blue one is for the unrestricted stock. So you can see that. You can also click on this zoom button, zoom in, want to make bigger, or zoom out. You can click on this little icon which is called legend, that will remove the little description of the color on the right hand side, and you can have a bigger screen. If I click on it again, it will be back. This little icon is for if you want to have a full screen, I can click on it, I can have a bigger screen here. I can make it small again. Okay, and this one here, if you want to see the material display fact sheet. Now this button is also available on the previous screen. So if I go back to say this screen, table view, and this is still available here. So if I click on material display fact sheet, it will try to read a lot of transactional and master data and give you a fact sheet. So this fact sheet is all about, for example, if a PIR is maintained with which vendor, if there is any material document. So you can see if I scroll down, you can see this material is maintained in these two plants. I can scroll down further, I can see the supplier contract is set up with this supplier. This is the PIR record, and I can scroll down further, you can see purchase orders for this one. These are the open purchase orders. Then there is any other, if this material is also maintained in the sales area, that's a sales area. If there's any sales order, open sales order, you can see that here as well. So that's a fact sheet of this material. I can go back, so it will directly jump to another application which is a fact sheet of the material. So there's a lot of things we can see on this screen. And now we'll talk about this little graph. Now this little graph here, the stock history graph, this one. So here you can see a small little screen on the right hand side, and which you can customize by what type of stock you want to see by clicking on this little setting button and have the checkbox that you want to see. If you want to see the detail of this graph, you can click on this graph here. So either I can click on the plant level or store location. So let me click on the plant level, at the plant level. So here you can see again detailed screen. So here, for example, this blue one, you can see this blue one is unrestricted stock, this orange one is your blocked stock, and the green one is your quality inspection stock. So you can see in a graphical view. Also you can see the safety stock, so that's the safety stock maintained. which I guess is 200, and minimum safety stock maintained in the material master is 100, that you can see in the dotted lines here. Again, you can see this is a zoom in, zoom out button. This is a legend button if you want to remove this one. This is again a setting button here. If I click on the setting button, so within this screen, if you don't want to see any special type of any different type of stock, you can uncheck that box. For example, I can remove, I don't want to see this, this, this and this, for example, and I can say OK, and then system will refresh the screen, and next time it will remember your setting and only show you those specific stock types. So you can see we got this application provides a lot of different information for a material level. Another thing is that what you can do is you can select any of this row here. For example, this plant level. For example, if I select this plant, as soon as I select it, there are some different buttons at the bottom that will be activated only when you select any line. So these are actually other applications. We'll talk about these applications in the next video, but quickly, what that means is you select on this one and click on this one. This will take you to another application which is called transfer stock in plant. So we'll talk later on, but here I show you where you can transfer the stock. So you can jump to another application from here. Same thing, you can select this one and then again click on, say, there's another application we'll talk later. This one is material document overview. For example, if you want to see all the material documents within this plant for this material, then it's refreshing the screen. There must be a lot of data, I guess. And here you can see the different material document. You can click on any document, it will show the detail of that document that you can also display in the MyGo transaction. So let me go back. So that's the application details. Another thing I wanted to show you, which is the table T200A entries for stock type. So basically all the stock types that you can see here, that we can customize it at the user level, but we can also customize at the client level, at the whole company level for all users. So basically there's a table you can see in SE16 for T200A. Over there you can allow what types of stock types this application should be considering. So you can remove something, you can add something. So basically the stock types that can be accessed by this app are configured in database table T200A. If an entry for a stock type is given in the table, the SAP Fiori app provides the related column to be displayed in the result table. You can access the data maintenance of table via the table name v underscore to T200A. So let me show you this one as well. So basically, if I go to GUI, and here if I go to SE16 and show you the table T200A, enter, and just run for execute it for everything. So here you can see we got 10 entries here, 0102. If I open this one, so basically there are 10 different stock types you can see. So unrestricted, stock in quality, return, blocked stock, stock in transit. So if we have 10 entries here, that means all users can see 10 entries, maximum 10 entries here. Even though they can customize, but the maximum they can see 10 of them here. But just in case, if the business wants that, okay, we're not worried about this type of stock, for example, then we can remove it from here. So if you want to remove it, or if you want to edit this one, so you can open this table, which is v underscore T200A. So this table will allow you to remove something or add something. So here we got maximum 10. So for example, this tied empties, for example, my company, they don't want to see this one. I can click on the chain mode, and then I can select the 9 number, click on delete, save it, and select your transport request. Next time when you refresh the screen, it will remove from here. So this one tied stock, so this shouldn't be here anymore. if I go back, come back in again, and here if I click on, that's still there. It's because sometimes we need to restart the browser and then it will refresh the screen completely. So at the moment it's still showing because we need to restart the browser, and hopefully that will fix it. I might open a new browser and probably show you here. So now it's taking a while, I think, because trying to reread the new configuration. So here that's a search box, and here now if I search for the app again, stock single material, search for all the apps, it should now refresh the configuration. It's taking a while to read it. So here it is. So if I open this app again and search for the same material, shaft 1, 2, 3. So here you can see, you can't see that stock type. Even if I click on this setting button, you can't see that it's not available here anymore. So that's how you can customize what stock type you want to display for the users. Now we'll talk about the last thing for this application, which is the application setting. So basically when you open this application, so let me go back. So when you open this application, and you can click on this little setting button. If I click on this setting button here, so you can see this application setting. So if I click on it, so here you have the option at the user level that what type of columns you want to see. For example, by default you want to hide all columns. By default you want to hide all empty rows or empty columns, like that. So that means if there is zero stock, it won't be displayed there anymore. For example, and this one, expand list by default, what that is, the list that you can see, let me uncheck this. I don't want to expand it, and I want to hide the empty columns. So let's see what happens. So when you select this one, when you uncheck this one, expand list, so it will not show you the storage location view under the plant. So let's have a look. So let me close it, and now if I search for the same material, so you can see, because we selected, we don't want to expand the list, so by default this is closed. I can open it manually, and or you can click on this button to open all of them, but by default you can have the setting open or close. And also you can see any column where the stock is 0 is not displayed here anymore. So you can have a clear picture by making setting for those fields. So you can see though, because you can see even there is zero stock for at this plant level, but system can't hide that one, because if it's try to hide these columns, it will hide these one as well. So that doesn't make a sense, because at ZZMM plant we got some stock for block stock, quality inspection, and unrestricted stock. So system can't hide these ones. So for at any level there is some stock, system will be displaying. Where there is zero stock at all levels, system will be hiding them. So that's how you can customize this setting at the user level. So that's all about this application. Now we learned about the overview of this application and how the table T200A entries works for the stock types and result list and the filtering option, and how we can maintain the application setting. So that's all about this. Thank you very much to watch this.